Have you ever crushed it in business? Clients love you, your team respects you, but at home, you still feel completely alone? Like no one really sees the weight that you're carrying. I'm Natalie. I help high-achieving married men strengthen their love life so their relationship becomes their greatest asset. After years of studying people skills and leadership, I've seen how the most level leaders end up battling this exact loneliness at home. And you're not alone. Many high-achieving married men struggle with this challenge. In this video, I'll break down the biggest reasons why even the strongest leaders feel alone in their marriage and the exact shifts you can make to rebuild connection, support, and peace at home. Finally, there's also a free marriage ROI toolkit linked below. These are 5 tools to help you lead with confidence at home, just like you do in business. Grab it below in the description or in the pinned comment. Reason number 1, emotional walls. High-level leaders often carry stress, pressure, and decisions all day. And when you come home, you shut down. You're tired, you're exhausted, you're mentally exhausted. But that wall that protects you in business at home, it does block intimacy. At home, you should just put your armor down and relax and be at peace and just let your guard down. Loneliness grows when your wife feels physically present but emotionally absent. The next reason is lack of curiosity. Married people who have been married for 10, 15, 20, even 50 years, it is easy to not be interested in our partner again, in a sense of getting to know them. What makes you think that way? When was the first time you felt that way? Tell me more about that. Or what do you mean by that? Who else do you know does that? Not a lot of married people do. It's so easy, okay, to take each other for granted. I want to ask you, when was the last time you asked her a question just to rediscover her? In the beginning, you were curious. Everybody is, you know. Now, routines take over. I get it. There's got to be routines or else things will hit the fan. But what about that 5 minutes that you have with her? What about that? What about that? That intentionality of curiosity. This is one of the reasons why leaders feel lonely when the curiosity that built the relationship dies. Curiosity is what reopens connection, trust, intimacy, fun, adventure. You know, you may think, oh, that's too far gone. No, it's not. Absolutely, no, it's not. It may not happen right away, but it's definitely heading there because you know as a leader what you put in is what you're going to get out, right? What you put out, it's what's going to come back to you 100-fold. So make sure you keep that in the back of your mind in your marriage. If this is hitting home, this is exactly why I created the Marriage ROI Toolkit. I'll walk you through 5 ways to reconnect and lead at home with confidence. Grab it for free in the description or pinned comment down below. Next reason, misalignment of vision. This should have been number 1. So you're scaling, you're dreaming and pushing forward in business, but she doesn't feel included. It happens. Loneliness isn't just physical. It's when visions drift apart. The solution to this is you want to invite her into the mission again. Not just this is what I'm doing, but this is what we're building together. Unfortunately, there's a lot of wives that don't feel included in the men's mission, in the men's movement, momentum, vision, and we want to be included. We want to know where we're heading. We want to know that we can trust you because you are the leader. We want to trust you. We want to feel safe in your arms, that you're leading us the right way. And we also give you the confidence. When you include us, you get the confidence that you can't get for anywhere else. It is priceless. It is the confidence that you need to get to where you need to go, to get to where the family needs to go. That doesn't mean like including her on everything, but like sharing with her what the future looks like, how she can be included into that, asking her questions, what her visions are, how can she feel included in this vision. Those types of conversations should be having. What happened to the deep, intimate conversations? That's what we need to bring back again. Because without clear communication, priorities get disorganized, resentment festers in silence. And listen here, when leaders stop sharing openly, their wife stops trusting their words. Real leadership means being transparent, not just about business goals, but about fears, stress, and decisions at home. When you can go to your spouse and mention all of this, you do feel empowered. It's not a weakness thing that you're doing. It's what a marriage should look like, to feel safe and feel that someone is there to support you and someone is there to listen, because it's not easy. That is harmony. That is a marriage moving forward in the right direction, even though it may not look like it. Next reason. Unintentional selfishness. Business can force you into survival mode. You guard your time. You have to. Your energy, your decisions. It looks selfish even if it's unintentional. But hear me out. When your wife ends up carrying her own weight, plus the weight of your stress, without the love she needs reciprocated, the truth is, peace at home doesn't come from withdrawal. It comes from being fully present. And sometimes it's hard. It's hard to get there because there's so much going on. But if you want peace, it starts with being present, does it not? Just stopping for a moment. Nothing is going to fall apart. Just for one moment, being present with someone that can help you through it, and that is your spouse. The next reason is fear of confrontation. This one's a big one. Listen, confrontation doesn't have to mean negative. Not at all. It's about knowing how to confront to create restoration and harmony. So how do you do that? First of all, most couples don't confront issues, and that is because they don't know how. I get it, but you can learn how. For the ones that don't make an effort to learn how, they simply avoid them. And what happens when you avoid what needs to be confronted immediately? It starts growing until something breaks. When confrontation is done with love and honesty, this is how real growth happens. Because loneliness grows when conflict is avoided instead of addressed immediately. Of course, you want to schedule it out. You want to plan it out when it's a good time. You never want to make decisions based off like emotions, because we don't make the best decisions that way. But when we take the time to breathe, process through things, schedule it, put it in the calendar, you come into the conversation more calm, more assertive, more confident, and more clear-minded, and you're thinking logically rather than emotionally. So you're able to make better decisions that way. So, of course, when I say conflict needs to be addressed right away, for some people it's hard to just step back and breathe. But you kind of have to, because we're in the day-to-day that problems are happening that needs to be solved. Speaking to your spouse, saying, can we discuss about this on Saturday at 8 p.m.? Having that respectful, honorable conversation and questions, of course. And there you go. You're setting a time, because this time is very important to address, that will set up for the rest of the future. It's a way of showing that this is important to me, and I am going to treat it just as important as I would as a business meeting. Just like I do with my clients, I put it in the calendar, right? I'm going to do the same thing for this, because this is important and we both need each other to win. Not just want to win, but both. The next reason is no safe place to be vulnerable. It's not easy being vulnerable. It's really hard. But listen to me. At work, you're bulletproof. But at home, if you don't feel like you can drop the armor, like I said before, that's not a good sign, and loneliness start to creep in. And the paradox is, your strength in marriage comes from letting her see the real you, the one who has fears, doubts, and dreams. Vulnerability, let me tell you, it builds intimacy. It is not a sign of weakness at all. You should be able to have a safe place to put down the armor, and that is at home with your wife. And move into vulnerability. It's hard, but the more that you intentionally practice it, you're going to start to become more comfortable doing it with your wife, and intimacy will grow even more. Next reason is shifting priorities. In different seasons of business, priorities will shift. Growth, deadlines, or even big goals take over. And without realizing it, your wife gets pushed to the side. It's not like you mean to. It's just that the season that you're in, other priorities will take more of an account because it needs your attention. But naturally, your wife will feel like she's pushed to the side. And as long as you don't make her feel that way, as long as you maintain her as a top priority where you can still let her know, you can still let her feel appreciated, valued, like she matters, because she does matter. Without a wife, a strong wife next to you, those seasons in business are really, really hard to grow through or overcome. And I know with a strong wife next to you, she can even help you overcome those challenges faster, those setbacks that you may have a lot faster, and get ahead faster, and grow your capabilities even more with that strong woman. But it also takes your part in order for her to feel all those things. Women are more emotional, as you're aware. We're more into feelings than we are logic. When she feels sidelined, resentment unfortunately starts to grow. And I can say this for myself. It happens to every woman. What feels like a necessary season to you often feels like abandonment to her. No matter what season that you're in, always include her. Even open yourself up. You just never know what a woman can do right next by your side to really help you get through these seasons, these hard seasons that you're wanting to overcome, wanting to get better at. So include her. It's not a weakness. You married her for a reason. Both of you guys need each other. Both of you guys have different seasons going on. So when you're in partnership, when you're there for each other, because one person is going to have highs while the other person is going to have lows. Sometimes you both will have highs, and then sometimes you both will have lows. So the more that you can support one another through appreciation, through gratitude, oh my goodness, you guys will overcome such difficult seasons a lot faster. I've seen it happen in my relationship, and I know it can happen for you. Which leads me to my next point about gratitude. Forgetting gratitude. It's easy to forget the gift of having a strong woman by your side. You stop noticing the little things she does, right? Holding the home together, which is not easy. Supporting your vision, which is also not easy, to be quite honest with you. And covering for you when you're drained. For someone to support you in those ways, you can't put a price tag to it. You just really can't. So the moment gratitude is gone, entitlement and distance move in, right? You don't want that. Respect at home begins with appreciation. It doesn't have to be the big things that you appreciate about her. The small things. We, as women, tell you that right now, we care about the small things. Of course, we care about the big things, but I don't know what it is about the small things that we're much more cling to, that we're much more, I guess, invested into. So when you appreciate her with the smallest little things that she does, it could be about folding the clothes, it could be cleaning the room, anything at all. When we feel appreciated, you have no idea how much we want to support you. Like it'll become engraved in our DNA. Just like yourself, we love feeling appreciated. So whenever a home or a marriage or in an environment, whether it's work or marriage, when there's no appreciation, what do you think it will happen? What do you think it'll happen? You know exactly what's going to happen. So if you don't want that, start small, start where you're at. Those little appreciation moments, it's going to come such a very long way for you. You have no idea what she will go through with you. I want to tell you this. If you're ready to stop feeling alone in your own marriage, grab the free marriage ROI toolkit below, because these 5 tools will help you lead at home with the same confidence you bring to the business. It's free and it's waiting for you in the description or pinned comment. I'm looking forward to hearing your responses from it.